everyone, Matt here, and welcome to my fragrance obsession. Now this is a very quick review, especially from my last one, but today I am going to be actually talking about a fragrance that I have already reviewed on my channel, but in the past it wasn't exactly a review which, would give anybody the right sort of mind to understand what the fragrance would smell like directly from my own words. So what I've decided to do is review this fragrance in more detail, talk about the note breakdown, talk a little bit about it in just a lot more detail so that you guys can understand why this is my most favorite powerhouse fragrance of all time. Now this fragrance is the one and only Balenciaga Pour Homme. Now Balenciaga Pour Homme I've mentioned in a lot of my reviews for being a fragrance which is a favorite to me. This is a fragrance which I cannot go a day without ever thinking about wearing, whether just I'm so proud and so humble to own this fragrance along with, a few little 4ml bottles. Honestly, I'm so proud and honored to own this fragrance. It's just a favorite to me. I absolutely worship this scent. It's a favorite for a few reasons, which I'll get into when I talk a little bit about the fragrance as well. But this fragrance came out in 1990, and the nose behind Balenciaga Pour Homme is Gerard Anthony. Now, Gerard Anthony isn't a big name in the fragrance world. In fact, he hasn't actually created a lot of fragrances. He has created this one, which is a favorite to a lot of people in the community. A lot of people consider this a masterpiece. And also, he's also credited for creating Azzaro Pour Homme, which, again, is another favorite powerhouse to a lot of people in the community. But the only difference is Azzaro Pour Homme is still in production. This one is sadly discontinued. There's not a lot of reviews for this online. I've came across about 4 or 5 reviews, and the day I got this as a Christmas present, it was the greatest day of my life, honestly. Now, the reason why I love Balenciaga Pour Homme so much is the note breakdown, and just I love everything about it. I love its dated look, especially guys, I'm into my classics. I just love the dated look of the box, how we get this sort of cream color. It's like lightly striped. We get this sort of marble finish down the center, which I think just looks very elegant. And we get Balenciaga, and we get Pour Homme underneath there. Nothing going on at the back. We just get the same stripe. And I just love the fact that you can tell this is so vintage. Just the fact that there hardly isn't any ingredients listed below. I really like that. Right here. Beautiful bottle, if I'm honest with you. Right there. Now, this fragrance continues to wow me to this day, honestly. It is amazing. You guys know, some of you may not know that obviously this is my favorite fragrance of all time. Probably my favorite powerhouse fragrance, I should say. Now, what are the notes? Let's talk about it. Now, in the top, we get Ceylon cinnamon, Italian bergamot, coriander, and thyme. In the heart, we get patchouli, sandalwood, cypress, cedarwood, and honey. And in the base notes, we get oak moss, vanilla bourbon, amber, musk, benzoin, and oud. Now, the most interesting thing about this fragrance is the fact that Balenciaga Pour Homme was actually the first fragrance to ever feature oud away from the Middle East. Here we go. Now, I remember the first time I ever smelled this fragrance, and it took me a while to really decide on what I thought of it, but after about a minute of just smelling it continuously from the bottle and putting it on my skin, I did eventually fall in love with it. I just thought it had this rich, classic smell, which I don't think a lot of fragrances actually can imitate, honestly. This fragrance is so different from anything else, honestly. Now let's get straight into this. Now, in terms of what notes I can smell, oh my god, this is amazing. Now, I will say that whoever will smell this fragrance, you might think it's a little bit harsh. It is a harsh fragrance, I'm not going to lie. This is a strong scent. Might put people off at first, but bear with me. Here we go. So, Ceylon cinnamon hits you straight in the face. Beautiful cinnamon, but it's not like a cinnamon stick. It's more like a toasted cinnamon, like it's frying in a pan, which one reviewer actually did mention about. He mentioned it smells like a cinnamon frying in a, like toasting in a pan, which I'll put his name right here. I've actually forgotten your name, sorry. But please do check out his review. It's really, really good for this fragrance. Yeah, it's like a toasted cinnamon with a slight zestiness from that bergamot. It's not strong, the bergamot, but it's there. And we do get a little bit of coriander, and we do get a tiny bit of thyme. But mostly, the strongest note in that opening is that cinnamon. It just hits you straight in the face. If you like cinnamon, you'll really like this. A lot of people have said they get a sort of urinal cake smell out of this. Personally, I don't. I guess I just appreciate this fragrance so much that I may be blind to it. I don't know. But I don't get a urinal cake, if I'm honest. I don't get it. But the cinnamon is so strong in the opening that if you like cinnamon, you'll like this. So yes, I do get cinnamon more than anything else. Italian bergamot, tiny little bit, creating a bit of a zestiness underneath it. It's not totally strong. I don't know how it would smell if it was stronger. Mainly, yeah, I think it's good just like this. Coriander, tiny bit, and the thyme, tiny little bit as well. And in terms of the middle notes, patchouli, sandalwood, cypress, cedarwood, and honey. We get a ton of patchouli. Ton of patchouli. Sandalwood, I don't know, I guess you start to smell the sandalwood a little bit more in the base, which is a bit strange, but whatever. Cypress, maybe like the tiniest bit of cypress. Yeah. Cedarwood, again, you smell more of the cedarwood in the dry down because it's a woody base. And honey, yes, we do get a lot of honey in this fragrance. The honey in this scent is very, very similar to the honey note in Lapidus Pour Homme, which of course, again, is one of my all-time favorite powerhouse fragrances along with this. This fragrance does get compared a lot to Lapidus Pour Homme, so if you have Lapidus, you'll like this, and if you like Lapidus, you'll like this. But yes, the honey note is very, very similar. The honey is actually very sweet. It's a very syrupy honey, which is exactly what honey's meant to be. There's a lot of honey notes out there which I think smell very cloying. Like, it just doesn't smell appealing. It smells very sickly. In this, it smells like, you know when you buy a jar of honey, literally, and you tear it open and you get that smell? It's like that. It's like a metallic honey smell. It's just, oh, it's so nice. So nice. And in terms of the dry down, we get that oak moss, vanilla bourbon, amber, musk, benzoin, and oud. Now, oak moss, yes, we get so much. I have to put more emphasis on the oak moss. You get so much oak moss in this fragrance that it's so mossy. Like, it's a mossy dry down with a beautiful, and I mean a beautiful vanilla smell. This actually did get into my top vanilla fragrance video. It was actually close to the top. I think it was the top, actually. But the vanilla in this is so rich. It's so, like, bold. It's just, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh my god. And the amber, also there as well. I guess it mixes more with the vanilla, though, creating a bit of a sweetness. Musk, quite smoky musk, actually. It reminds me of, it kind of reminds me, do you know in Lair de Desert Mannequin by Andy Toyer? That first spray is sort of smoky, you know what I mean? Or maybe Interlude Man by Amouage, you know that smokiness that it has? It's a little bit like that in the dry down, but not as strong. So I can easily tell that's coming from the musk. Benzoin, again, benzoin is a sort of vanilla kind of note, so I guess that's mixing with that amber and vanilla to create this bombastic vanilla note. And oud. Oud is not like it is in, say, M7 by YSL, but you can tell it's an oud note. It's simply divine. Simply divine, honestly. This fragrance is just mind-blowing. I think anybody who can get their hands on a bottle like this or smell it, you will absolutely love it, honestly. Especially if you like your classic scents, give it a chance, because it's a classic for a reason, and it's a favorite for a reason, honestly. There's nothing else like this out there. So unique, so different, just, oh, it's amazing, honestly. I don't know how many times I can really say it. So Balenciaga Pour Homme, guys, if you can get your hands on a bottle like this, 30ml, you can probably get a 30ml. I mean, it is getting hard to find, but you can still get them if you look and try hard looking for it. You can get a 30ml for about £39 here in the UK. I've seen 2 sellers selling this for £39 in the UK. It's worth it, honestly. I wouldn't say maybe like a blind buy. If you want to smell it, try and get maybe like a 4ml sample so you can smell it out, see what you think. And then if you really love it, consider yourself getting a 30ml. It is worth it. So guys, thank you so much for watching my fragrance obsession. I hope the review for this fragrance, I hope this fragrance review is better than the last one. That's what I was meant to say. I just wanted to go a little bit more into detail, and yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. So thank you so much for watching my fragrance obsession, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful autumn time. Keep smelling good, and today I'm going to wear this. This is going to be my scent of the day. So beautiful. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye for now.